Hi everyone, I'm Ali from Now We're Cooking. We bring people together to cook and eat food, and this is our online takeaway version. Hello everybody, and we're going to cook some pasta today. I've got some stuff lurking in the bottom of my fridge that needs eating up, so I'm going to adapt a pasta recipe for leek and bacon pasta bake. I haven't got quite enough leek and I haven't got quite enough bacon, so I'm going to pad it out with a few extras. So I've got a bit of courgette and a fennel, a bit of onion to make up for the leek that's missing, and a green pepper to go in it. So what we're going to do is we're going to boil our pasta. That'll be on the go in one pan. We're going to wash and chop our veg, and then we're going to put that in a nice wide base frying pan to get that going. And while that's cooking, we're going to cook a white sauce and put some cheese in it. Then it's all going to come together, bake in the oven, and it's going to be delicious. So first things first, I'm going to show you how to wash a leek. So we're going to chop the ends off, and we're going to slice it down the middle and then open it up under the tap. Okay, so that enables us to get into all those little nasty little layers. Okay, so I don't know if you can see, but you can open it up really easily now and get in and wash off all that dirt. Okay, so we'll discard the trimmings, and then that will be ready for chopping. Okay, so let's chop our leeks to start with. So we're just going to get them into nice thin slices like this. And you might notice that I'm going to go right to the end. I don't know why, but lots of people don't use the tops of the leeks. I'll have to admit I didn't until a lovely Peruvian lady in one of my classes was horrified that I didn't use every single last bit of the leek. And so I started using it and realised that actually it's really tasty. So there's our leek ready and chopped, and then I'm going to show you how to chop the onion. Okay, so take your onion, put it on the flat base that you've got now because you've chopped the end off, so you've got a nice flat base so it's not going to slide anywhere, and chop it down the middle. And then with this one, if you want diced onions, turn them this way and slice through like that. Turn it 90 degrees and slice through like that, and you can get really tiny little bits. Or what I was wanting for this recipe, but we'll use all of it, is nice half rings like that. Okay, so I've chopped up the rest of the vegetables, and I've just started to heat some oil in the pan. We've just got about a tablespoon of olive oil in here, and then I'm going to fry some of these up. So I'm going to start by putting in the onion. And the leek. Wow, that's a lot of leek. And we're just going to gently fry that for a few minutes before then adding the bacon, and we're going to get that bacon frying nicely before we add these bits. Okay, so I've got the water boiling in the pan. I put it in out of the kettle because that heats up quicker. So that's boiling in the pan, and I'm putting roughly 350 grams of pasta in here, measured accurately by eye. I'll give that one little stir and then leave it alone, and a little drop of olive oil. And then we'll wait 10 minutes. So we'll set the timer for 10 minutes, and then that pasta will want draining. Okay, so pasta's just gone on to boil, boiling nice and vigorously there. I'm going to put the bacon in with the leeks. And I'm just going to start to get that bacon frying, and then I'm going to add the rest of my veg. And just keep cooking cooking those down for about another 5 minutes or so. Okay, so we've got our pasta boiling, and this is just cooking away nicely. And in this pan, we're going to make our white sauce. So white sauce is made by melting butter, adding some flour, cooking it together into what's called a roux, which is quite a thick, ugly, horrible paste, and then just gradually adding milk into a nice sauce. Then we'll add some cheese in at the end to make it cheesy and delicious. Okay, so first things first is to pop some butter in the bottom of the pan and just melt it. You can use proper butter. I'm using up this marge because we've got no butter left. It's the end of the week. So we're aiming for 50 grams. I'm doing it by eye, but when you do it, measure out 50 grams of butter or margarine. So our butter's all melted there. And then we're going to add in 40 grams of flour. The idea is that we're cooking this flour over a gentle heat. Let's turn it down a bit, it's a little bit high. And I hope you can see that because it's immediately gone pretty thick and not particularly nice. But we just keep stirring it for a couple of minutes and cooking off that flour. On a nice low heat. Lovely. So this is called a roux. You might see this in recipes. And it's a really good way of thickening sauces. You can use it when you're making gravy, using the meat juices and a bit of flour and then some stock liquid, or all sorts of different sauces. So that's nicely cooked off, and I'm going to just go and get my milk, and we'll start adding it just a little bit at a time. You can use green top or blue top. I got blue top because it was reduced to 20p. So just a tiny bit at a time, and then we're going to work it in. And the key thing with this sauce is not to worry about it. Just keep stirring and keep adding a little bit of milk. And if it does go horribly lumpy, it's fine. You can always bring it back just by using a whisk, whisking it around in the pan using a whisk instead of a wooden spoon. And you'll get all those lumps out and it'll be absolutely fine. So I'm going to do this until I've got the consistency that I want, and then I'm just going to simmer it really gently for a few minutes. While this white sauce is still cooking, I'm just going to quickly drain the pasta. So I'm just going to check it's cooked. Yeah, that looks fine, all cooked through, nice and soft, but not too soft. Because we're not eating this straight away, I'm going to drain it and then I'm going to put cold water through it to stop it from cooking. You can do this with all sorts of veg, like potatoes. So I'm just going to leave that there for a few minutes and just let that drain, and it's nice and cold now. Okay, so the white sauce has come to a boil, so I'm just going to let it simmer gently, keep giving it the odd stir. It's not quite so crucial to stir it all the time now, but still do give it a bit of a stir. And I'm going to add, I've got some chopped tomatoes here that I'm going to add to this because I didn't have very much bacon. If you want to do a vegetarian version, cut out the bacon altogether and just use some nice chopped tomatoes to give it that nice savoury flavour. So we're almost ready to bring it together. Just got one last ingredient to add to the sauce, which is the cheese. And then we're going to mix it all together. So it's actually a bit too much cheese here. We're actually looking for about 6 ounces of cheese, about 150 grams. So just melt the cheese into the sauce. Then we're ready to put it all together. Now we're on to our last step. I've mixed the pasta in the saucepan with all those lovely veg and the cheese sauce, and then turned it out into this oven-proof bowl. All that's left for us to do is sprinkle breadcrumbs on top to give a nice crunchy finish. Teensy bit like breakfast cheese on top, and then that will go in the oven when we're ready. Okay, so that's been in the oven about half an hour. Hopefully it's gone all golden and a bit bubbly on top and is all heated through. Yeah, lovely. All going a bit brown around the edges and nice and bubbly. So, ready to eat. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Give it a try and let us know how you get on, and some feedback for what you'd like to see from Now We're Cooking in the future.